James, well played. After the frustration of the injury and a few weeks of not being out to help your teammates, how determined were you to be the difference today?
Yeah, very determined, and it's always any player will tell you it's always tough being injured. We've obviously had a lot of injuries this year, so it's, in the scheme of things, actually quite a short one turnaround in comparison to some of the other lads who like Vicario and Wilson Odobert, who are back today, had been months and months. So in terms of that, but listen, you miss one game or you miss 10 games, you're always chomping at the bit to get back. Obviously picked up a little calf injury in Hoffenheim, but I scored that day and I felt good. And sometimes when you feel like that scoring presence, you feel like you want to keep that momentum going. So I went into the game today, because actually, to be fair, it wasn't that long ago that I played, 2.5, 3 weeks. I know I can be the difference here, so really nice to get on the score sheet again today, and really proud of the boys, because obviously it's been a bit of a up and down season in the league, probably not in the position where we want to be in terms of the league table, simple as that. So but yeah, really happy for the lads and for the fans today, because it was a great atmosphere today, proper Premier League clash against a big team. So yeah, send them home happy.
It's obviously quite a simple finish, but is the key that you're the guy who's on the move, you're the guy who's alert? Yeah,
just being alive, you know. I've always been a goal scorer midfielder. That's what I'm in the team to. That's why Spurs brought me to the club, you know. So to be the difference for me is to score goals and create goals and be that creative outlet on the pitch. And scoring goals is one of them things that I just mentioned. So being alive in the box and trying to sniff out them free ones, it's just they count the same as the 25-yarders. So yeah, really happy with that one.
I have to say, I enjoyed your celebration. A very precisely thrown dart and then a finger to the lips. Directed at anyone in particular?
Just a little bit of outside noise, wasn't there, this week?
A little bit.
But nah, listen, people have their opinions, but I wanted to do my talking on the pitch today, so I hope there's a certain few that enjoyed me being the match winner today, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you put probably more pressure on yourself. I mean, I've interviewed you numerous times over the years. The most pressure on you comes from you, right?
Yeah, and no one's more critical of myself than me, you know. So outside gaffer, to be fair to the gaffer, he always talks about like blocking out the outside noise, but sometimes it's difficult, you know. It's constantly in your face and stuff. And
but sometimes can you actually use it? Not forget blocking it out. Use it as motivation.
You can use it, but I think the gaffer prefers when we're just in our little bubble and listening to him and stuff. But sometimes it's difficult because it's constantly in your face these days with social media and WhatsApp, people sending stuff, and you do see it and it is there. So
it all gets fed through to your phone straight away, pretty much.
Sometimes, but especially when it's a big profile name. But listen, it's about responding in the right way, and I did that today. And like I said, I was a match winner, so really delighted.
For not just you personally, for the group, has there been a lot of noise to shut out? Because I mean, you said in one of your earlier answers, to this point, it hasn't been the season you wanted.
No, it hasn't. And to be fair to the boys that have been the boys that have been fit all season as well, that went. Listen, the gaffer spoke about it and we've spoke about it a lot. We don't want to make excuses, but the last few months have been really difficult for the football club. We didn't get many bodies in January, especially early January, and we had our physio room was it's not an excuse, but it was full of senior players. You could have put out a senior 11 that's very experienced in the Premier League. So the lads who were just relentlessly going in Europe, and we obviously went deep into the Carabao as well, every 3 days. It's nice to be an injured player coming back. I know I didn't have too much time out, but only a couple of weeks. But to take the pressure off them and give them a rest and give the other lads a boost. And I thought Vicario was outstanding as well today, coming back in. So just it's about us being present now and leading like they did. Even amongst the bad run, they were still there. They were still present. They were still recovering. They were still living right to try and give us the best chance of winning. We had a bit of a bad run in form, but there's obviously factors to that, so it's yeah, nice to be back and have a bit of a bolster to the squad with some injuries and see some happy faces. Yeah.
Well played, James. Thank you.
Well done.